Let's move to college football, where Urban Meyer announced today that he will step down as head coach of Ohio State after the Rose Bowl. The decision didn't come as a huge surprise, with Meyer struggling with the effects of a cyst in his brain, not to mention the controversy surrounding his handling of the Zach Smith firing. Today, Meyer said he believes he won't coach again and talked about the timing of his decision.
I can't tell you the exact time. You know, walking off the stadium against our rival in that last game, things started to cross my mind. Going into Indianapolis started to cross my mind. I wanted to go longer. The thing that really started to make things when recruits started asking me, will you be here for 4 or 5 years? Recruits I'm very close with. And this early signing date has put pressure all over this world. I mean, the college football world. Gene and I both felt we had the right guy. Not felt, we knew. And that's what made it now. They made the decision now.
All right, so that's Urban Meyer today. He also said, when asked directly if he would coach again, he said that's a complicated decision. I think he said, I believe that I won't coach again. And so I believe he will coach again, and I believe he will coach again in the NFL. I think that he's accomplished everything you can accomplish in the college game. I think he was so beaten up by how he felt he was treated unfairly during the Zach Smith deal that he's walking away from college football on top. They just won a Big Ten title. And I think within 12 months, he'll be an NFL head coach.
I advise against that. And I'm not even his doctor, but first, health is wealth. So forget about all this love and passion and itch for the game. If you're not healthy, what does it matter? So first, let's preserve your health and put you in the best positions, the least pressure-filled situations we can, but still give you your love for the game. What does that mean? Do what we do. Be a broadcaster. Do it again.
You got to be good at it.
That's subjective, okay? Because look, if you got the right agent, and I got a good agent, and I can hook him up. If you got the right agent, you can get put in a position where you can do the John Gruden plan, but finish it out. Make them come to you. Don't go game chasing. Sit there in the studio, get $7 million plus, and ride that out once. One, your health is going to be preserved because it's not about wins and losses. Two, make the game miss you and fully restore and repair your reputation. That did take some hits this year, regardless of what you thought about those incidents. So if I'm Urban Meyer, I'm satisfying my family. I'm staying still. I'm satisfying my doctors. I'm not in pressure-filled moments. And also, I'm still around the passion of the game. To me, that's the win-win of it all.
I mean, just relax. Just go home and relax. Urban has made enough money to take care of his family, his grandkids, his kids. It's not about money for him. It's about being around the game. But I think he needs to take a step back, just relax. When he left Florida, I didn't think he would come back. And then for him to come back in Ohio State, did 7 years there, and turned that program back into a real power on the national landscape. But the difference between college and the NFL, college you can recruit these 5-star athletes every year. And Ohio State tends to get a lot of 5-star athletes. Let's not get it confused. He is a great coach. He is a Hall of Fame coach. But without those players and those 5-star players, he is a better recruiter, I think, than actual football coach. And so in the National Football League, that's a different beast. You saw Nick Saban do the same thing. He was a great college coach. You get to the league, it's a little different. I can remember being in a locker room with Bobby Petrino, who was viewed as an offensive genius. And his first thing when he gets there, he wants to know why he has to change in the same locker room as us, or a locker room that we can see him. And one of the front office guys said, one of the front office guys said, hey, coach, this ain't college. You know, that all that money that is endowed to the university, we got to pay these salaries. And so it's a different beast when you're dealing with professional athletes versus college kids. I don't quite know if the transition for Urban Meyer would be as successful as I think a lot of people think.
Yeah. First of all, you said if he goes into what we do, he gets $7 million a year? You make $7 million?
Yeah, I need to get on that plan. You got to carry the one. You got to carry the one. Well, the John Gruden plan, though. The John Gruden was making $7 million.
Wow. But I'll piggyback on what you said right there. I don't think if he did go to the NFL, like you said, that's not a good transition. I don't think that works. Those guys that do that type of stuff, unconventional, even Gruden, who was out of the game. When you bring that, the trend right now is McVay, Nagy. This is why I don't think Josh McDaniels will work up there with Aaron Rodgers. Those guys are coming in with these egos. They have their offense. They know what they want to do. You need a young guy to come into the offense. I think, if that's just my opinion, and you see it, it doesn't work. He's too old. He's got this big name to come into the NFL ranks. I don't think that would work. I don't think it would work.
The guy's 54 years old, and what he's mastered is the ability to coach coaches. Again, he's not the X's and O's guru, but he knows how to coach his coaches. He knows how to pick his coaches. He knows how to develop his coaches. That can work in the NFL. A lot of coaches struggle. We all think it's about, that he can't relate to the players. It's coaching your coaches. That's the key to being successful. And again, when you talk about Nick Saban and why some of it didn't work when he got to the pros, coaching NFL coaches is different than being that bully coach of college guys. I don't think Urban Meyer has that problem. I think it would be a great move. And again, when you start talking about health, happiness is a part of health.
Oh, yeah.
And if coaching and being involved with the game on that level is part of his happiness.
Yeah, but you got to put your business hat on. One, the NFL and the
You do.
No. NFL and collegiate game in terms of pay, at the top level, they're all equal at the top level. Now, in terms of security, they're not equal. You got more security if you're talking about being at the collegiate level. So if I'm advising him, that's what I started off by saying. I advise him to either get into broadcasting or stay put, stay where you were. He doesn't want to stay still, okay? Get the broadcasting, you get the perks
You gotta give him advice that makes sense for him. This guy is a super competitor that tried broadcasting and it didn't work, and he immediately went back into football. It's gotta work for him.
True.
This dude loves to compete, loves to X and O and do all the, be the best coach. I think he heads back to the NFL. I think he heads back to football, and I think he'll be successful.
I love Cheetos. I ain't trying to be 300, though.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, D'Angelo. Coming up, should Kareem Hunt get a second chance to play in the NFL? We have some special guests to discuss the controversy.